Hey friends, welcome to Take It Out Tuesday. On Tuesdays, we take out the things that we need to declutter, we take out trash, we organize spaces around our house, and we get them feeling better for the rest of the week. So today I'm gonna focus on this closet right behind me. This is the heart of our house. I feel like it holds so many things that we use on a daily basis. So it's a place in my house that I need to go in, declutter, and organize on a semi-regular basis. So today we're going to look at things like shoes, coats, and lots of miscellaneous random things as well that are on the top of this closet. All right, friends, so this is your call to action to go get your trash bags, find a place in your house that you feel uncomfortable about, and let's get decluttering. Okay. All right, so what I like to do as I am decluttering is when I find a place I want to declutter, I'm going to take all of those pieces out. So while I'm looking through this area right here, I took it all out and I found just an easy place to lay it all out so I can see everything very easily. I also have my handy dandy trash bag, so I'm ready to declutter some things and figure out what I want to do with some of this excess. So the first thing I'm going to think about is I'm going to actually leave this helmet out because it is getting too small for my daughter. I'm not going to get rid of it while she's not here right now, but I want to leave it out because I want it to be a reminder that we need to go find her a new helmet. So I'm actually going to leave this out and I'm probably going to hang it on the hooks that you see behind me near the door just to give myself a memory of, oh, this needs to go out and I actually need to get a new one. All right, in here we have my husband's hats, we have my gloves, and we have my daughter's gloves. So I don't see anything else in this particular basket that needs to be decluttered or that's in the wrong place. I like to do one basket at a time. So I found our gloves. So I'm going to put these things back in this basket and I'm going to put this basket back away before I start on the next one. That's just how I like to work. I feel like it makes my brain stick to one thing at a time, which is very helpful for me. So I'm going to go put this basket away. Now let's start on this next one. So there's a few things in here that I know don't belong, and I'm going to explain them to you. But first I'm going to take everything out, figure out the things that I do want and I don't want, and get rid of the excess. All right, friends, so now we are in my second basket, which is kind of a everything bin when it comes to games and things that we do outside. So we always like to keep our very favorite Eddie Bauer book bag. It actually all comes out and becomes a book bag. It's amazing. And then it fits back into this tiny little pouch. So this is the only book bag that we've always traveled with through every place that we've been, all over Europe and the Grand Canyon. This one has lived the test of time. So we put that back in the basket. And like I said, I'm gonna dump this out real quick before I start putting things back in. So the next thing that we have here is this head massager. And I'm gonna use the rule that I actually learned from the minimal mom who learned from somebody else, that it's the rule of sevens. So when you come up to an object that you don't hate, but you don't necessarily like want to jump over the moon, that's what I call a 7. So a 7 is one of those things it's like, like it's okay. It's nice to have it. Occasionally, maybe a couple times a year, I'll use it. But is it something that really needs to take up my space, up my time? Is it something that I'm going to use on a much more frequent basis? Or is it still going to just stay at a 7? So in my mind, this just stays at a 7. We really don't use this very often. It is super nice and it feels good, but it's just one of those extra objects that we have around our house. So I'm really trying to declutter those extra objects because those are the ones that really end up adding up very quickly. So this is a 7 to me, and so I'm going to declutter this one. Put it in my bag. And then we have a few other things. So we have our games that we tend to keep down here. And so this is a newer game. I'm gonna keep this one. And then I have my extra phone charger and the plug that goes with it. We have a random ball that I don't know where that came from, so that's gonna go. And we have some decorations because St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner, so I'm gonna keep that one out. This is the remote to our new TV, and so that's gonna go back in the basket with these other things. And then in here is actually the things that I got my daughter for Easter. So we are going to plant a little daisy. I got her some gum and a little chick that bounces. Let's see if I can get them to work. There we go. She had one of these last year and absolutely adored it. So I got her another one and then some stickers that were on sale. These are actually Valentine's Day, but they're doggy stickers. So I figured she'd like them anyway. And so this stuff I'm actually going to keep in this basket for right now. I'm also going to keep some of our St. Patrick's Day stuff down here so that I remember to wear it and use it when it is that day, because I am Irish and I do enjoy celebrating that holiday. But I mean, my daughter is 6, so she likes celebrating every holiday as big as possible. So we do like to have a few things for every holiday out and around. And so we're going to keep those things down here just so that I don't forget. All right, friends, so this basket is basically done. Now, the only things that I'm going to add is actually some of the other games that we play on a very daily basis. So in my house, what we've really started to incorporate is more game nights. So it doesn't have to be a big thing. Usually we'll play from anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour if we're really having a great time. But this is Racco, which is my absolute favorite game. And if you have anywhere from, let's say, a 4 or 5-year-old when my daughter started playing Racco to I enjoy Racco. This is a great game for all ages. And so this one we really enjoy. And also my daughter recently just got this game Sequences from my mother-in-law and we adore it. It is so much fun. And so we keep those down here just so it's easy access. The easier you make things to access in your house, the more often you're going to be able to use them and to remember to use them. So if I want to make game nights a priority in my house and I want to have them a couple times a week, then I'm going to have the games in an area that is easy access. And I only keep a few games in our house at a time. So this is a new one that came in. The other one in this basket that I showed you is a new one that came in, but Racco has been around for a while now and we really enjoy it. So sometimes taking those older games out that you're not using very often and really only keeping the ones that you do, just make it, one, a lot easier to get into those games and to see what you have. But it's almost like your clothes. When you have too much variety, it's hard to even make a decision. So only keeping the ones that your family is actually playing all of the time is going to make it easier to have those fun nights that I think we all really enjoy. So I threw Racco in this basket for right now. Sequences, unfortunately, is just a little bit too big for this basket. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it right next to it. And that's going to be its home for right now because I want to make it easy access and I want it to be right in a place where I see those games all of the time to remind me to take them out. All right, so I found one more of our favorites, which is of course the classic Uno. So I'm gonna put this with Racco so that all of those are in the same basket. All right, so my top shelf is done. Now I'm gonna move on to the jackets and the shoes down at the bottom. So let's go ahead and take those all out and look at them, feel them, touch them. I think it always helps to go through your things and touch them as quickly as possible, make those decisions as quickly as possible, but then in your head, you know you've made the right choice. All right, friends, if you like learning about decluttering and minimizing, then remember to hit subscribe because I have 3 videos coming out every week on these subjects. And remember to throw a heart emoji down below so that all of us community members can know we are in this journey together. All All right, friends, so I'm gonna vacuum out the closet real quick before I put anything back or before I go through the shoes. But before I do that, I just wanted to tell you one thing that my family does that might help yours as well. So myself and my family do not have any hidden storage. So when I say I have 2 jackets, that's all I have. I don't have other jackets in other places hidden around my house. When I say these are my shoes, these are the only shoes that I have. I don't have extra shoes hidden somewhere for a different season. And while I think that's totally fine, especially if you're just starting and you're trying to figure out what you like, that's great. I think it helps you. But I think if you have a lot of hidden storage, then there's often things that you will just plain forget that you have. You will never go back for them, even if you like them, because they are hidden away. So my challenge to you is if you are having a hard time remembering the things that you have, clothing-wise, shoes-wise, things around your house, because you have hidden storage away under your bed or in your garage, then I really challenge you on these Take It Out Tuesdays or any day that you are free to go through those and get rid of all of that hidden storage. Have these things more accessible, more out, and more visible for you on a daily basis, just so that you do use those things and that you do love those things. And you don't go back one day and go, oh, I wish I had had this. You didn't know you had it. All right, friends. So let's go into vacuuming out this closet and putting things back. So if you have a closet like this with hooks, what I'll tell you is that I like to keep the jackets over on the side. And so when you first open up the door, you don't necessarily see all of the jackets. I think it's a little overwhelming for me. So this is what it looks like right now. My husband does have his blue winter coat, which is going to go over here right on top of the vest. And then my jackets are over here. I just put the black vest right underneath this one, and so you can't see it. These hooks are from Amazon, and they're great because they can give you double the storage, really. My daughter has one more coat, which goes over on this side, but she's wearing it right now. And then this is her easy access for the coat she wears most of the time. So it's definitely looking better. All right, friends, so you can take this or leave this where it is. It doesn't matter. It depends on your family and your children's emotions. But I'm going to go through my shoes. I'm going to go through my daughter's shoes. And I'm going to get rid of any of them that I haven't seen her wearing and that are just too small. And then I'm going to go in my husband's basket. And because my husband, so he's an assistant principal, he's extremely busy all of the time. He is one of the hardest working people I have ever met. And because of that, he doesn't have a lot of time to do this extra stuff. And he just doesn't want to spend his time doing it, which I don't blame him. But what I like to do to help him out is I'll take some things out that I haven't seen him wearing, things that are getting worn out shoe-wise, and I'll just leave them out and let him make decisions. But then he doesn't have to go through all of the shoes. He doesn't have to empty out the basket himself. So you can make those calls for your family. I like to do the grunt work first and then let them make those easy, quick decisions as they have time. All right, friends, so let's go through my shoes. So obviously I'm gonna keep these. My mother-in-law gave me them for Christmas and I adore. These are my favorite brand, Bear Paw. I will find the link and link them below if you're interested in something like this. These shoes, they're the best. I also have a pair of slippers that are Bear Paw, and these are my other favorite. I wear these around the house all of the time. These are my favorite Uggs, which I've shown in all of my videos with my clothes. I am gonna keep these because I love these so much. They're great for when it rains. They're great for mowing the lawn. These are just great shoes overall. And that's what I'm talking about. When you find shoes, you wanna find shoes that are going to be good for all sorts of things, not just maybe one special occasion. Find those shoes that you can wear over and over and over again. So I have really been debating between a few pairs of shoes, and I'm going to show you them. So I've been debating getting rid of these black shoes and also these boots right here. So these black shoes actually are extremely comfortable. They feel really good, but they're just not my style. I don't wear these kind of loafer shoes very often, only maybe when I'll do my sub jobs, I'll wear them. And so I think these ones I am going to hang on to because I see a reason that I have been wearing them in the last 6 months. But on the other hand, these shoes, which I think are so cute, I actually really think they look good on me, but I just don't wear them. I never wear heels. If you see any of my shoes as I go through them, none of them are heels. I hate wearing heels. And I've kind of gotten over that phase in my life where I just care. So, or should I say, I don't care that other people think I should wear heels. I don't care about that opinion. I do care. These shoes, while they are okay and they're not uncomfortable, I just don't ever wear them. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to declutter these boots right here. These shoes definitely need a wash, but these are one of my favorites. Just a flat pair of white shoes. These are good walking shoes, so I wear these a lot. And then for the summer, which I'm so excited, it's right around the corner finally, I have my 2 pairs of flip-flops. So I have these Reefs that are great, very comfortable, flat flip-flops. And then I call these my fancy shoes. So these are really the only fancy shoes I have. I've worn them to weddings. I've wear them to any kind of special occasion that I might have, or just on a Saturday. So I'm going to keep these as well. So that's 1 pair of shoes out the door. Now I'm going to go ahead and vacuum out this basket because it is filthy. Now, if you have very expensive shoes or very expensive taste in shoes, then this might not be the best solution for you. I know a lot of people like to use those box clear containers for their shoes or the shoe racks, and I think those are all awesome. But when it comes to me, I am cheap with shoes anyway, and I like to have just the ease of this basket right here that I keep all of my shoes in. So I'm just stacking them up mostly on their side, and I just put my shoes in there. I like that this basket catches all the dirt underneath, at least a bulk of it. And I also like that this gives me a very distinct home. I do not go over this basket. These are all of the shoes that I own. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs of shoes that I own, and they have to fit in this basket. Now that is something that has really helped me when it comes to consumerism, when it comes to overbuying shoes. I used to have, I don't even know, maybe like 30 or 40 pairs of shoes, and there were still only between 5 and 7 that I actually wore. So once I really made that realization that that's all I really wore, I knew that I could get rid of the rest. And I've never missed them. So I think really taking away a lot of the stuff, creating a home that is a lot smaller than maybe you're giving yourself right now, will really help you realize what you're actually using on a daily basis or a yearly basis, or what has just been hanging around as what I like to call just shoe decoration, clothing decoration. They're just hanging there. They're just looking pretty, but you're not doing anything with them. So it'll help you kind of figure out what you actually need. All right, so now let's move on to my daughter's shoes. So as you can see, my daughter has the exact same basket that I have. Her shoes are just a lot smaller, so they fit even better. But so we recently got some new shoes for my daughter from my mother-in-law. She's amazing, and she had saved a few pairs of shoes. And so we have a few pairs of new shoes in here that we're going to keep for the summer. But there are a few I'm sure we're ready to get rid of. So she has her regular boots, and these are not going to have a whole lot of time left in here just because it is getting warmer and she is outgrowing them. These are her basic pair of tennis shoes. I think these are the only pair that I can see right now that I'm ready to get rid of. And it's only because she does not wear these, and they're a size 11 and she's a size 12. So that's probably why. They're not super comfortable anymore for her. And then these are her absolute favorite boots, which she has worn these all the time. As you can see, they are wearing away, but she loves her cowboy boots. All right, so let's vacuum out this basket real quick, and then we're gonna move on to my husband's shoes. All right, I think my husband actually has more shoes than I do, but we're gonna find out right now. We're gonna figure out who has more. So he has his flip-flops, he has his pair of tennis shoes, he has a black pair of dress shoes, he has his brown pair of dress shoes, he has these fun pair of red shoes. Now, I told you he's a vice principal, so he loves to have fun, and he's a vice principal of elementary, so they have a good time. So he has these red shoes that he wears with his red, he has a whole red suit, guys. Like, it's amazing. It's so funny. So he wears those. I know he doesn't want to get rid of those. And then he has one pair of hiking boots. So let me go grab those. Oh, all right, here they are. So he has these pair of hiking boots. So let's find out. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, he has 7 because he's wearing a pair right now. He's at work. So actually we're tied. Look at that. We're awesome. We have the same amount of shoes. So that's so funny. All right. So we both have 7 pairs of shoes. My daughter, I didn't even count, has the one she's wearing because she's at school. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So she wins. She has 6 pairs of shoes. All right. So let's vacuum out this container real quick and then put everything away. All right, so a few extra things. These shoes don't fit in my husband's basket. And then my daughter also has a pair of roller skates that I like to keep access because she loves roller skating. She's really big into it right now. And so I'm gonna put those down near the bottom on that bench you can see that we can sit on.